Hey YouTubers, so the Duke and the Duchess visited Jamaica yesterday, the 22nd of March. So as they stepped off the plane, of course there were people cheering, but already there were protesters in the wing. It's been speculated that maybe they're there to start talks on Jamaica becoming a republic, because remember, a couple of months ago, Barbados became a republic. So protesters began gathering outside of the British High Commission, and some in the group of protesters said they were wondering if William was going to apologize for slavery. One man said he knows they were not involved directly in the slave trade. However, they represent the monarchy, and the monarchy was involved in the slave trade, while others in the crowd wanted to know if Jamaica would become a republic fairly soon. So YouTubers, drop it in the comment section. How do you feel about Jamaica becoming a republic? It's about time, some people are saying, and that's how I feel. It's about time. But you know, there are some people who love the monarch system and who don't want the Queen to leave. So if you are part of that group, also drop it in the comment section. Let me know how you feel. And while all this was going on, Ellie Lewis, of course, put himself in the limelight once again. It was clear that the minister did not want Ellie Lewis on that mic. And so she went over to him, gently took him by the arm, and was going to escort him away from the mic. And then he looked at her, looked at the mic, and said, I'm going to continue with the interview, like if they were there to interview him solely. And she just wanted him to gracefully step away from the mic. And when he insisted and said he was going to finish up the interview, I think she said enough is enough. There's nothing wrong in talking to the press, but I think the minister felt as though he was monopolizing the entire interview and sent security over to remove him from the premises. Rightfully so. If you are going to be in defiant of an order by an official in government, then they have a right to remove you. So this embarrassment is of his own doing. He has no one else to blame but himself, and I think if he's waiting for an apology, he's going to be waiting until the cows fly over the moon. So Ellie Lewis, the self-proclaimed emperor of the Maroons, was asked to leave an event being held for the Duke and the Duchess of Windsor as they visit Jamaica. This event was all over the press in Jamaica, whereby it was reported that Ellie Lewis, who is the self-proclaimed Emperor of the Maroons, was told to leave an event after he made a special appearance in Trenchtown. He appeared at the event to meet and greet the royal family, Prince William and Duchess of Cambridge, according to him. Well, YouTubers, set the record straight for me. Can you just show up to meet and greet royal family members like that? Or do you need security clearance and an invitation? Let me know in the comment section. So it was reported that the controversial internet sensation Ellie Lewis arrived in Trenchtown, where the Duke and Duchess was visiting. And while Ellie Lewis was speaking to the media, Minister of Sports, Youth and Culture, Olivia Babsy-Grange, asked them to stop the interview. He was being interviewed by reporters, and it was reported that he reluctantly did not want to stop the interview when he was asked to do so. She said, Ellie, it's not your show, as she took him by the arm, trying to escort him away from the press. At which point he laughingly said, I'm going to finish the interview, as if the media was there to interview him. But Ellie Lewis was not having it. He kept laughing the entire time, I guess from embarrassment, because whenever people get embarrassed in public like that, the only thing you can do is laugh about it. So he quickly said, as he was laughing, "I'm going to finish up with the press." And I guess he thought she was kidding, because as he said, "I'm going to finish up with the press," he probably thought that she was going to back down and he was going to keep speaking. But what she did, she went right over to the security and asked him to remove Ellie Lewis from the premises. YouTubers, this happens when people think they're more important than they actually are. He's a self-proclaimed emperor of the Maroons. Nobody elected him, but all of a sudden he's emperor. So as he was being escorted out, he was still laughing, smiling, and talking. So he was interviewed shortly thereafter by someone else, and this is what he said. Just came to his hometown to see what was going on. I guess he wanted to see the royals. So he said when the British and the European press medias were interviewing him, Babsy Grange literally came out and told them not to interview him. So he went on to say he's a Maroon and he should not have been disrespected for that fact. He further went on to say that he was born and grew up in Trenchtown, and there were a lot of people present, but he don't understand why Betsy wanted to disrespect him. So in essence, what he was saying is that other people were not put out and they were in the same vicinity as he was, and so he could not understand why she singled him out and not put the other people out. But I think she singled him out because he was monopolizing the press and acted like if the press was there to interview him solely. So according to Ellie Lewis, he was there to see the royal family, as he had met Prince William's mother and father before, and also Queen Elizabeth on this very ground. So YouTubers, I am thinking to myself, did he actually get a formal introduction to the Queen, her mother, the Queen's husband, or was he just there as a spectator like everybody else, just watching the royals wave their hands and drive by? Let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this particular statement. So later, Ellie Lewis posted on his Instagram story that he was demanding an apology from Minister Grange. He wrote, "Babsy Mange need to apologize to me now." But I think if Ellie Lewis is waiting for an apology, that's going to be a cold day in hell. As always, Ellie Lewis puts himself in the limelight. Now, the Duke and the Duchess are there to visit Jamaica, but Ellie Lewis acted as if they were there to visit him. So YouTubers, drop your thoughts in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about William visiting Jamaica and the purpose of his visit.